What's good, guys? Welcome back to Est.93. I'm Sharif. You can call me C. This is the HQ. This is my channel. Bow. Okay, so today what I want to talk about is building credit as soon as possible using credit cards. Credit, they don't teach you in school. I don't know why. I've never known why. It's something that is important. It is something that most people want to buy a house at some point in their life. They want a car. These are things, unless you have the cash, of course. But in this day and age, leveraging credit is the way forward. Okay, so credit is basically your file, your personal file, to show lenders that you are responsible or unresponsible with money. Okay, so basically you have to build up a report, you have to build up history to show the lenders, let them determine whether or not you are suitable for that loan, that credit card, that car loan, that mortgage, all of that stuff. Okay, so let me break it down to you. The 5 keys of credit. Number 1, utilization rate. Okay, how much credit you have versus how much you're using. Okay, they like to see this low. You might think, oh, why are they giving me $200 loan or $200 credit card and I shouldn't use it? Well, really, the way you should be using credit cards is more of a extra thing. They don't want to see, okay, you have $200, you're maxing it out, because they think, okay, you don't have the money, you can't afford that credit card because you're using all the money on your credit card. Utilization rate, 10 to 20%, 20% being the absolute maximum that I would recommend. Before we take this any further, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you how I built my credit from experience, okay? And what I figured to be the best way and quickest, okay? Now I'll break down a case study for you shortly, but let's just continue. Number 2, on-time payments, of course. Paying on time is super important. If you check your Experian report, you'll see every month they'll show the date. It's like a calendar, okay? And every month you either get green or you get red. Now, obviously green is on time, red is not on time or missed, late or missed, okay? And you want those greens. That just shows that, again, responsibility. Now, what I would suggest is any credit cards you do have, set them on auto pay. Okay, keep the utilization rate low. Spend on what you would normally spend on. Don't go out of your way to create a new habit or a new expense. For example, gas, you need gas, go get gas, $20. Clear it within the month. That way you avoid interest and you get your on-time payment. Okay, number 3, length of credit. Okay, obviously if you're starting, you won't have any length of credit history, so this is what you got to do to build. This is the start, this is the building stage. Okay, so you got to get stuck into something. We'll get to that. Okay, inquiries are every time you apply for credit, a credit search has to be done. Okay, now if for example you're applying for a loan, the bank will pull your credit file and it will affect your score. But at the early stages, I wouldn't even focus on the actual score. In the early stages, focus on actually getting credit some way, some kind. Inquiries are, they take a few points off your score, okay? 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, something like that. It's a small, but the way I look at it is kind of an investment, because you have to give something to get something, okay? And if you go through a credit search and you get approved, man, you build it up. You use the credit card, and every month, after 6 months, that will all be cleared up. Number 5, mix of credit. Now, in the early stages, you won't be able to get there straight away, but over time, you'll be able to get there. And to get to that, mid to high 700s, 800s, maybe, it's hard work, but you can get there. 850 being the best, 300s being the lowest. The best rates are offered to people with like over 740. Okay, so you do want to kind of aim for that area. Anything above is a bonus. Okay, now mixed credit can include unsecured credit cards, secured credit cards, kind of the same thing. Auto loans, home loans, personal loans, all of that stuff. Okay. Experian, they do have a few extra things. You know, you can add your Wi-Fi, you can add your mobile phone payments, all of that stuff. You can add it to your credit file. Just gotta link your bank, and that's called Experian Boost. That's a little extra thing. But in terms of credit mixture, home loans, auto loans, personal loans, credit cards. Okay, that is a good mix. Obviously, at the start, what you will be looking for. Okay, now here's the plan. To start, what you want to do is get yourself a secured credit card. A secured credit card is a credit card that you have to pay the balance for first. Okay, so you secure the card, and if you, for example, don't make the payment or you miss the payment or whatever, they'll use that balance to cover that payment. Okay, now it will get marked down as late or non-paid or whatever, but they already have the money, so you know there's not going to be like the debt hanging over your head, or they're going to come knocking at your door, pay me more money, this and that. No, you paid first, so you should be using it like a debit card, but obviously whatever you spend, you have to pay for it again to get that balance back up. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, now a few secured credit cards that I would suggest is the Bank of America secured, the Capital One secured, now Discover Do a secured too. Okay, those are 3 credit cards. I'd suggest 2. Go for 2. Get yourself 2 secured credit cards between $300 to $500 balance. Okay, you can. I think they start at $200 actually. Okay, get yourself a balance on those credit cards. Go through the process, apply for them. Now, one thing I want to mention is every lender, every company report to the bureaus differently. Every company reports at different times. So one credit card you might see pop up on your credit file straight away. One might take a month, one might take 2 months, another might take 3 months. Okay, they're all different, but understand if you have credit, it will get there and your history won't be there. Okay, so don't worry about that so much. And again, get your secured credit cards. Okay, I'll find the link for the applications below. I'll put it below. Get your credit cards. Use minimal usage. Okay, minimal usage. Pay them off on time every month to avoid any interest, stuff like that. Do the same for 6 months. After 6 months, I can almost guarantee that you will be open to unsecured credit cards. Okay, now obviously the difference is you don't have to pay the balance. Okay, you have a $500 credit card, you have 2 of them you've been using for 6 months. After the 6 months, apply for the unsecured. Capital One, Credit One, Bank of America, Chase, whoever. Okay, but be aware of, number one, the interest rates and the annual fees. Okay, there's many credit cards out there that don't have annual fees. Okay, basic versions, go for them to start with. Okay, the amounts that you're given initially are based on your history. Okay, you've built a little bit of history, but also your income. Okay, your debt to income ratio or your income to expense ratio. Okay, so they'll ask you all those kind of questions. Be truthful. You know, you don't want to have any problems, this and that. But yeah, after 6 months of building with the secured, I can guarantee you'll get the unsecured. Okay, and you'll have, you know, the doors open for maybe personal loans and stuff like that. You know, I would suggest working on the credit cards, the unsecured credit cards, for another 3 to 6 months before going down some other routes and getting some more credit, just to build it up more. The higher you go, the cheaper your interest rates are. So, you know, that's the way you want to go. Again, in the first 6 months, don't worry about your score. Just worry about getting the credit, you know, and then eventually, after another year of using all your cards, then, you know, start paying attention. Okay, that's my score. It should be going up like this, and understand, like, all schools are different, like they go up, they go down. Again, in quiddies, you spend the last 6 months building with the the secured, and then you apply for the secured, you will take a dip in your score. It's just what it is. But you'll be getting that credit. So you give to get. Hopefully that's been of use to you. Okay? That's how I did it. Okay? Now let me give you a case study. Okay? Someone had a 500 score. Okay? Now with this person, they came to me and they were like, okay, my credit score is this and that. They had negatives. Okay? They had a credit card that was unpaid for 2 years. Okay? They had medical bills that were unpaid. Okay? So their score was at about late 400s, just shy of 500. Okay, now we did with repair, it's a different story. Okay, it's a different strategy, but we had managed to repair a little bit, get those negatives turned into a positive or removed. We'll discuss that in another video as a different thing, but eventually it got to a point where there was no more reds coming every month. Okay, so then we took the strategy of getting the secured credit cards, okay, and working on it for 6 months. After 6 months, car, personal loan, and I think maybe 5 or 6 unsecured credit cards. Okay, so from a 400 and something to a 730 in less than 6 months, car loan, personal loan, and a whole bunch of credit cards. Okay, it's doable. I've seen it many times done. People have done it. I've done it. I've done it for people. It works. Okay, so I hope that was good and useful for you guys. Any comments, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, Sharif_EST93, TikTok EST93C. Like if you like if you don't. Okay, it's free. Okay. Show some support. EST93 in the building. I've been C. Subscribe, like, share, comment, all of that good stuff. I'll see you next time. Bow.